What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Braxton. I'm behind the gym right now. Doing some meditation. And I wanted to share with you for a moment. I'm telling you what, if there is one thing that has drastically impacted my life in the last few months, it's meditation. And it's kind of one of those things that's kind of funny because, you know, people talk about it and you kind of smirk at it. You know, you think, what use is it? But I tell you what, especially in the field that we work as a team, we really work with a lot of life change. It's really about how do you change behaviors. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's about how do you change negative behaviors? How do you change negative thought patterns? How do you change the negative association you have with food? How do you change, you know, the habit of not exercising when you know you should? What's up?
This Barry came to visit.
Oh, hey, Barry. All right, so we're back at it. Sometimes you can't get all the, you know, serenity that you want. But anyways, a lot of times we're working on correcting negative habits. And one of the cool things that I've learned, one of the cool things that I'm really learning more and more and more every single day, is the fact that there's reasons you do what you do, and ultimately, if you want to change what you want to do, if you want to change your result, you have to change your action. If I want to change my outcome, if I want to change the life that I live and what I experience every single day, whether it's here mentally or it's the actual physical, you know, manifestation of my surroundings, if I want to change what I see every day, change what I feel, then I have to change what I do. That makes sense. That's the logic. But if I want to change what I do, I can't just start there. A lot of times people start with, all right, I want to, you know, change my outcome, I want to lose weight. Or I want to quit eating so much food that I know I shouldn't eat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change what I do. So I'm not going to eat that food anymore. And as you know, probably as you're listening to this, it doesn't work that way. Or I'm not going to give into this habit anymore. Some people are addicted to things. There are plenty of different addictions you can be involved in. Some are chemical, some are physical that you do with your body, some are things you take and put into your body. Any way you can be addicted to something that creates dopamine. So the idea is the fact that we can really understand that you can't just stop doing the dang thing. You can't just quit. You can't just quit. But understanding that your actions a lot of times are rooted in something that could be compulsive or impulsive. Impulsive meaning you're at a midline and you're perfectly happy, you live a great life and you're fulfilled, and you just want to do something to make it even better. Like, I'm perfectly fine, today's a great Monday, but I'd like to do some cocaine. There's an example. Or there's the idea that the fact that maybe I'm deep down inside, I'm hurting, I deal with anxiety or depression or frustration, or I just can't seem to think clearly, or I'm just obsessed with the thought of like, what about the person who used to love me doesn't love me anymore, or like, oh, I just feel like I'm not enough, or there's this kind of this cloud that carries me all day long. And because I have that cloud, because I've got maybe I'm not where I want to be as far as my midline, I suffer and I'm kind of down here. So it's the only thing I know how to do, bring myself up with what? Whatever my habit of choice is, whatever my pleasure of choice is going to be what I'm going for. That idea is the fact that it's a compulsive behavior. Compulsive meaning you're coming from here to get back to midline. Impulsive is where you're here, you live in life and it's great, and you want to do cocaine just for the heck of it. Compulsive means you're down here, anxiety, depression, frustration, you're dissatisfied with something, and you want to get back up to the midline to feel good. It's to ease pain. It's not just great pleasure. You're not just doing it because you want the pleasure of it, you're doing it because you feel pain, you want to run from the pain. So, back to meditation. Meditation has been magical because it's helped me a lot with getting my mind focused. It's helped me a lot with the anxiety and depression I've dealt with. Because I found that a lot of the mechanisms I'll use to cope with that depression and anxiety are just things that kind of numb it. It just gets you back to the midline temporarily. It's a compulsive behavior that gets you back here. In reality, if I could just learn to get my body here by controlling my state, by sitting out here, and I literally use my notebook here. I've done this for about 7 weeks now. I literally use my notebook just to write things, write what I'm thankful for. I spend 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes a day, and I write what I'm thankful for. I listen to music, or I sit here and listen to nature. I write things I'm thankful for. So I get my body in a state of gratitude because I'm really feeling grateful, I'm really feeling appreciative, I feel lovely, I feel good. That's going to affect the thoughts I think, it's going to affect the state that I'm in, it's going to affect the actions I take. And again, if I want to change my outcome, I got to change what I do. But if I want to change what I do, I got to change how I feel, you know. So my challenge to you, and my challenge to a couple people this week that I've already seen great feedback from, or people have been really curbing cravings and not participating in habits, not because they're so strong to do it, but because they're just simply not thinking about it as much anymore, because they've learned to get from here to here, and they don't need that compulsive behavior, if that makes sense. If this doesn't make sense, I'm happy to bridge the gap for you, happy to talk with you a little bit more about it in person. But my encouragement for you, my challenge for you, try to take 2 minutes a day this week, and just sit and breathe. And try to be as present as you can. Try to be as really focused on where I am. Not what's going on, not the worries, not the frustrations, not the difficulties, anything like that. Where I am. I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm alive. I know that I'll never be any happier in life, no matter what happens, up or down. No happier than I could create right now. You can be as successful as you want to and be miserable. I could be sitting here behind a gym on a blue mat and be the absolute peak of wonder, happiness and joy. You gotta choose it. So, 2 minutes a day. Focus on gratitude. Focus on writing something down you're thankful of, and just work on controlling your state. Because you control your state, you control what you're thinking. You begin to practice that for a couple minutes a day. You accidentally begin to change your actions, and then you go, "Oh man, I haven't pulled into McDonald's in 6 days." So, just a little bit of some sharing, a little bit of insight. There's some things that I'm learning. Hope it's helpful. Have a great week.